welcome everyone after the lunch. Now we are switching to English, so I hope you got your coffee and you are now ready to change to a different language. Well, as already Zoltan introduced, so I'm Raquel Martinez. I'm Europe's technical manager for NetAcad. And today I want to talk to you about some of the latest innovations, products that we are bringing to Cisco Networking Academy. And first of all, let's start with what is in our minds, what is our top of mind, why we are doing Cisco Networking Academy. Our purpose is to empower all people with career possibilities. And we've been talking during the morning as how everything is changing because of AI, security, and so on. And well, it is important to understand that many careers will be affected by this digitalization. So many jobs will be lost because of this digitalization. But as well, many jobs will be created. So there will be many opportunities. So we need to think not only in the normal, let's say, education system where students come, they study their IT careers, and they end up working in IT, but as well in other people that maybe need to reskill themselves and make a career change because the jobs are changing due to digitalization. And that's where we include this kind of career possibilities for everyone. That's where we want to get skills for all, for everyone. If we look back at our program and the impact that we had, last year, actually, we were celebrating our 25th anniversary. I know you had also a celebration about it. So if we look a bit into the numbers, there is more than 3.5 million students who took career certifications or IT essentials courses, and they ended up working in jobs related to that topic. And that's actually 95% of those students obtain a job or a further education opportunity. And as well, if we look at the other side, let's say the instructors, 94% of the instructors say that Cisco Networking Academy helped them to be a better educator. So that's what our purpose is. We want to encourage everyone to have a better career in IT. And I think the numbers are talking for themselves that so far, I think we are doing a good job. But we need to keep current with all the changes and see what is the job market demanding and what are the possibilities for students to get started in these careers. So I want to talk a bit about what we've been working on the last year. There have been many things. One of them that I will mention by the second half of the presentation. At the moment, we are full steam ahead working in a new platform. And this is taking all of our resources for engineering, for education and the platform. But as well, we are not leaving aside our courses. So this is currently our latest portfolio. And of course, we are Cisco Networking Academy. Networking is at our core. But as well, there are many topics that we have been incorporating through the years and that are the base of our program. So in networking and in cybersecurity, last year we released a pathway for entry-level jobs. That's what I highlighted there, the networking essentials and cybersecurity essentials. Those two courses, they focus on getting students ready for an entry-level position, either in networking or cybersecurity. I will talk a bit more about these pathways in the next slide. As well in the cybersecurity area, we have included a course that is the Ethical Hacker, as well looking into possible progressions for these students getting into the cybersecurity area. We have as well a lot of courses thanks to our partners like NDG, and so we have courses like Python, C, C++, and now as well we have included JavaScript Essentials in our programming curriculum. And now I also want to mention a category that maybe is a little bit different of what we are accustomed to see in Cisco Networking Academy, that it will be professional skills. So maybe following a bit with the conversations that, the presentations this morning, I don't speak Hungarian, but more or less they were telling me what it was happening. It seems like AI is getting into the jobs, that maybe humans won't be at the level. Well, maybe something that we humans have that AI doesn't have is maybe these professional skills, what we call these soft skills, these personal, interpersonal skills. So we will talk a bit more about this category, but we seem that that became that important that it was crucial to get it in our portfolio. Because at the end, if we want to get people into getting started in a career, sometimes what they lack is the experience, especially when they are getting started. So professional skills usually are gained through practice and experience. So for someone getting started, how can they maybe gain that or get some help getting there? So as you can see, we have many areas where our portfolio is growing. And I want to explore a bit in detail some of them. So I was talking about that last year we introduced an entry-level certification that is called Cisco Certified Support Technician, or shorter CCST, okay? And we introduced this for networking and cybersecurity that were our main topics and entry-level careers. These pathways or courses are focused on, on the job description. So they are ready for the student to go on the journey and end up in specific positions into cybersecurity and networking. And actually, I bring something that is really like fresh news because they made the announcement, I believe it was actually this week on Tuesday. So, I have to add this line on my slide like almost last minute, because they finally announced that they are also including a third certification, entry-level certification, that is called, it will be called IT support. So this certification is not yet available, but it will be made available in June, July this year. And of course, in Cisco Networking Academy, we are already working on having the curriculum necessary to prepare for that certification. So with this, we will have now 3 entry-level certifications, so having more opportunities for the students to choose a different pathway on their career. This IT support will be focused on providing some technical assistance in hardware and software, and especially providing internal and external support to customers. And they will be perfect stepping stones for the students to get started, and then explore other career possibilities or other further courses. Now, we were talking about the entry-level certifications. Now we are moving a bit higher into ethical hacker course. So this course that was released last summer is an associate level course. So it's something that it already requires some students maybe to have some previous knowledge in cybersecurity, some basic programming skills as well, and it will help them prepare for a career as an ethical hacker and penetration tester. So being able to find vulnerabilities, to recommend mitigation practices and strategies. This could be maybe a progression following the previous certification we were talking about. So this could be an example of a career progression. So let's say our students maybe start on the entry level as following this cybersecurity essentials pathway, and they may be working as a junior cybersecurity analyst. And then they will have the choice to decide in which area they want to specialize. It may be offensive security, that's where our ethical hacker course will be sitting, or maybe they prefer to be on the defensive side, be the ones taking all those mitigation strategies, implementing them, configuring the systems, or even watching the network for threats. So here they will open a variety of paths for the students to follow. Now, switching to what I was talking at the beginning of the new area that we brought in our portfolio, the professional skills. So why we decided to make this new inclusion, it was because If we want to empower them, people to find a career, we obviously need to ask employers what they are looking for, which kind of skills they are looking, when they are going to hire someone. And 97% of the employers that we asked, they say that the soft skills are becoming as equally important as the hard skills. So you may get many candidates with hard skills, but most of them, they usually fail at the beginning on the entry-level jobs because of the lack of these professional skills. And when we're talking about professional skills, as I was mentioning, these are skills that usually you gain through experience, maybe working as a team, good communication skills, reporting. So are things that usually are given with the experience. That is harder to teach, maybe, and is something that you just acquire. However, we thought that there will be a possibility for them, to get a bit advanced knowledge about these skills, how could they work on them, and then get them a better chance when they are starting in their career. So for that, we have 3 pillars. We have core skills, and these courses are made especially for IT people. So all the examples, all the exercises on these courses are focusing on situations. So one example, we have a course called Engaging Stakeholders for Success. So it's okay, so you are working, the course is taking you on a journey as you are working in a company, and then you need to provide, you need to write, you need to create an application, and you have your stakeholders. So how can you get the information that you need from the stakeholder? So how to better, maybe interview, get that information. So everything is based in a situation, and through following that use case, that situation, the student will be able to understand some of the skills that they will need to gain. There are activities, kind of choose your own adventure, where you will be posed with situations, and then a student decide, okay, so what should I do in this situation? And depending on what they answer, the other person will vary their reply. And then you can take those activities as many times as you want, so taking different paths to see what are the reactions. And that's how these courses are based, a bit on that kind of experience, so they can get a little bit of practice before getting on the job and maybe not getting surprised at the beginning on how to collaborate with others, how should I report about this, and so on. Then we also have our entrepreneurship. So for those who maybe want to be more brave and launch a business venture, so there are 3 courses: discovering entrepreneurship, launching a business venture, and managing a business venture. And then the last one, English for IT. So of course, usually working in IT, English is a skill that is needed. Not everyone maybe is usually at the level of getting into a job and start working in English and understanding everything. So English for IT is a course made in 2 parts, and it's not teaching English from zero. It's taking, okay, you already have maybe some intermediate level English, and then getting into an advanced intermediate English level, but focusing on these topics, on IT. And again, all the examples of the activities are based on IT situations, on learning what are the most common maybe vocabulary, languages, expressions that they will find in those kind of situations. Now, we were talking a lot about AI today, so we are also bringing not courses, but also resources. This could be for educators and for students. One of the latest additions as well last year was the Instructor Resource Library. So this is in our new platform, and we are building this library for instructors to have access to resources, to be able to teach, and maybe get the resources about a course, but also maybe get some best practices about some topics they want to teach. And one of the business demands, and is at the core needs of strong collaboration with Cisco, is as well to include sustainability. Sustainability is at our strategy, our core strategy of Cisco, and we wanted to start including as well this into our courses. So we have started with this, with including some modules. So these are not courses; they are more like individual modules that it can be taken as a separate resource. They are focused, the first one, Exploring Sustainability, is focused on a blog series that we already had, and we put everything together so to get a bit about how explore sustainability and what are the possibilities. And then the second one is based on a Cisco Live session that happened in 2023 that is focusing on how to use this framework of sustainability in IT. So these resources are already available on this instructor resource library, so you can search for them and they are at your disposal. And then we are talking about AI. So one of the things that it was mentioned, right, is how the threats are growing much faster than what we can, our cyber security experts can maybe be prepared. And yeah, organizations are not really fully prepared yet to, to protect us from those rising threats. And actually, 68% of respondents fall short of being equipped for this. So we are doing also our first steps in AI security, including what we call video nuggets. So those are short videos. We have made it in collaboration with Omar Santos, that is one of our Cisco engineers focusing on security and AI. And we are starting with these 5 videos to understand the topic of AI and security, risk, supply chain, and also augmented generation. So these are not released yet, but they should be released very soon. As you see on the slide, the target release is end of March. So hopefully, maybe in a week, they will be already as well available. And as I'm mentioning, either for sustainability and AI, these are the first steps that we are taking. So we expect to continue bringing more topics into these 2 areas. And now, just to finalize, I also want to talk about the journey we are taking at the moment through convergence. So this is a word that we've been mentioning a lot in the last year in Cisco Networking Academy. We have at the moment 2 platforms, so netacad.com and skillsforall.com. And we are on the journey to converge both platforms. So to have all the innovations that we have created on Skills for All and take all our portfolio there. So why we are making this is because we want to innovate. We want to bring a better education experience for students, but also for educators. And to do that, sometimes you need to be a bit disruptive. And no one likes, when there are changes, but because the changing times are difficult. But we are doing this to improve, our platform and to bring a new learning experience for everyone. So to be able to do this convergence, we have 3 pillars. First of all, we are building the features and functionalities needed for instructors to be able to use the platform and continue your teaching journey with NetAcad. The second will be unifying the accounts in NetAcad and Skills for All, and this actually is already implemented. And the last thing is migrating the courses and end of life some of the courses that maybe are not that much used. One of the biggest, let's say, questions that everyone was asking us about this is like, okay, you have 2 platforms, convergence. Does this mean that netacad.com is disappearing? No. So actually, the netacad.com experience that you see right now, that it will be that when you log in netacad.com, this is what you are seeing. You are seeing your courses. So after convergence, that will happen this summer, you will still log in on netacad.com. So netacad.com is here to stay. But what you will see, the platform, the look and feel, it will be different. So that is what it will change. So that's why it's important as well that we are trying to tell instructors who maybe have not used Skills for All yet, is maybe it's a good moment to test it, to try it, because even though the courses you are teaching right now are not there yet, but maybe you want to get used to the new platform and how the new functionalities are working. So as I was mentioning, the account unification already is in process. On end of January, we already unified the accounts. And now, if you log in on netacad.com, and then after that, open skillsforall.com, you already will be logged in. So you don't need to log in twice. So both of the platforms are already unified on the login phase. And then, as I mentioned, there will be also some courses who will be migrating during the convergence. So July, August is when we are planning this convergence. So all of our courses will be migrating there. However, there will be some courses that we have checked that through, they are not being used. Maybe they are like old versions of courses, so they won't be migrating. You can find more details of this, on netacad.com about which courses are migrating or not. So I just want to finalize with, what is the best way to stay up to date? Because I know there are many changes. As I was mentioning, sometimes we don't like, the process of change. It's uncomfortable. It's, getting us to learn new things while we are already very busy. But it is important to stay up to date and be ready for the change. So we are building sessions that we call, program updates and journey to convergence. We have quarterly sessions that we call IPD week sessions. And the last one in February, we had a session, and actually we had this session in Hungarian. So if you want, you can find the recording and you can watch about, a bit of what I explained today, but more in detail. So you can get, the understanding of everything that we are going through. We also build a demo session, a hands-on experience to show you how to get started into the platform. This session is in English and Spanish. Maybe we can plan to have it also in Hungarian, so you are better prepared for this platform change. And we will have one IPD week more before this convergence, so just watch out for communications. We have not finalized the dates yet. But we will continue having these sessions just to help you prepare for this transition and just to be able to answer all the questions that you may have and your concerns, so you are not that scared of the change, but you can embrace it. I leave you also some links. If you are not part of IPD Week course, you can use those short links as well to join the IPD Week sessions. Well, I hope that we will see you in some of these sessions, and so you are better prepared for the transition. So thank you very much.